Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of the Ratliff Mandolins Weekly Production Diary. Today it's already Friday afternoon, so I thought, seeing as how this is a production diary, we'll just have a diary entry of all of the things that happened this week around the shop. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I carried the camera around with me in the shop and took video footage of anything that I thought might be interesting. So we're going to run the footage right now, mainly of the major accomplishments this week. So let's run some of that footage right now. Mandolin number 6, which had all of the binding glued on in last week's episode, has now had everything cleaned up down to 100 grit. It's ready to put in the box and await its neck. Mandolin number 7 has its first piece of binding put on. My planer takes 2 drive belts. One of the belts broke. I decided to replace them both. So I replaced 2 belts on my planer. The top is glued on mandolin number 4. That's the oval hole mandolin in this batch. Now let me cut in here and say that one afternoon after work, I actually pulled the Celtic cross out and worked on it a little bit. Now, for those of you who've been following the series for a while, you know that I was working on carving a Celtic cross, and a few months ago I kind of shelved that project so that I could work on all of the building improvement projects that we worked on this summer. And so it's fall and it's starting to wind down the building improvement projects. So I thought, you know what, I'll dig that cross back out, and that's probably what I'll work on this weekend. But I did do a little bit of work on the cross one afternoon after work. And let's continue on with our accomplishments on a mandolin number 4. Mandolin number 4 come out of the prop bar deck. It's been trimmed up. It's had the scroll cut in, carved out roughly, the neck joints put in, and the sound hole has been put in, and that first piece of binding is in there. Now normally that's all there is for a country boy, but I wanted to try that outer ring of binding as well, or purfling or decoration. And so for a million years I have used a homemade purfling cutter that really didn't work very well, and I bought this one. So this one's brand new, and we're going to try a brand new purfling cutter for cutting the little channel for this decorative stuff right here. We're going to try to put a ring around there, and like I said, that's not normal for a country boy, but I just wanted to try to see if this thing would work and if I could pull that off. So that's the next job to do on this number 4, and I doubt that we'll get this done before the end of the week, but there's an update on number 4. And as long as I'm mentioning new tools in the shop, I will mention this thing right here, which is a saw rasp, and it's a gift from a gentleman that builds mandolins as well, and I'd like to thank him. So thank you, Mr. Parrish, for this wonderful gift. It is a saw rasp, and I'll lay it down right here and spin it around a little bit so that you can get a good look at it. It's a series of stacked and bent blades, basically like a hacksaw blade, it looks like to me, and it's got a coarse side and a smooth side, and the theory is that's going to work real good, and it's called a saw rasp. And again, thanks to Mr. Parrish. So here at the end of the week, mandolin number 7 has all of the interior black, white, black strips glued in to it. It is ready pretty much for the outer white binding layer. After all the dust settled, I think I made the most progress on mandolin number 4, and my new purfling cutter tool worked just wonderfully. And as you can see, I got all of that sound hole decoration taken care of. And of course, like I said, I didn't get any video footage of it, but I did do some work on the backs. I didn't get as far as I would like to have, but nevertheless, every day I touched them for an hour or two. And that's a quick description of how the week went here at Ratliff Mandolins. You know, we post a video like this once a week, usually Saturdays around 6 o'clock. Tell all your friends and neighbors, and come back and visit us next week on the next episode of the Ratliff Mandolins Weekly Production Diary. I'll look to see you then.